Laughing Vikings Live. High vibe chats with actors, comedians, and creators, plus stand-up comedy, sketch comedy, and most importantly, you. That's right, join us every Monday for new episodes, and you can be a part of the show on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Twitch. Ask questions and interact in the comments, and make sure to share this with your actor, comedian, and creator friends so they can be a part of the show too. Can't make a live show? No problem. You can catch up on your favorite podcast platform and visit laughingvikings.com to find out how you can join the cast and crew. All right, it's time for today's show. Buckle up and make sure you stick around to the end because we have a special surprise for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Laughing Vikings Live. Happy Monday Fun Day. Let's go.
Now, this is a licensed establishment, isn't it?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Comedy Alley. It is Friday, August 13th. We're here for the pre-show. We have a very, very special guest. Hello to our viewers on Facebook and YouTube. We're streaming this live as always. We have a pre-show musical guest tonight. She's going to play 5 or 6 songs, including her debut single. You can find it on Spotify, Little Apartment. Please put your hands together for Miss Millie Bee.
All
right, thank you. Give it up for your host, Lars Classington. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here this evening singing for you. And I will be singing my debut single, but I will also be singing some songs that nobody has ever heard before. So it'll be pretty exciting. You'll be the first to preview some of these songs. So open to feedback. If you love it, let me know, and maybe it'll be on Spotify in the next month or so. So this first song, if you know me, you probably know my favorite food is peanut butter. And it was only a matter of time before I wrote a song about it. And if you've ever been to my house, I've probably made you a peanut butter sandwich. So that's what this song is about. It's called Peanut Butter Lover. enough to write a song about it? No, just me. Okay, so that's a little bit about me. I like peanut butter. Another little thing about me is that I'm a simple woman. You know, I like things like peanut butter and little pleasures in life, and that's what I wrote this song about. It's called Simple Woman, and it's just about enjoying the little things. I'm a simple woman. I like walks. I like coffee when it's hot. I like sleeping in. I'm a simple woman. I like hugs. I like brightly colored loves. I like to play pretend. A simple woman. A simple woman. A simple woman. Simple woman. I'm a simple woman. I like pearls. I like shopping with the girls. I like to dine fine. I'm a simple woman. I like seeing live shows. I like new iPhones. I like my jewelry in gold. I'm a simple woman. A simple woman. A simple woman. Simple woman. I'm a simple woman. I like pink Barbie cars. I like LA after dark. I like cruising down the freeway. I'm a simple woman. I like first class. I like my VIP pass. I like my private jet. 'Cause I'm a simple woman. A simple woman. A simple woman. Simple woman. I'm a simple woman. I like walks. I like coffee when it's hot. I like sleeping in. Just a simple thing. Yeah. Haven't you seen my private jet? It's parked out back. I'll give you a tour later. Just the little things. Speaking of the little things, so I will now sing for you my debut single, Little Apartment, which was just released in July. You can find it on Spotify or Apple Music. Millie Bee, Little Apartment. So this song is really special to me because it was the first song that I released into the world onto all streaming platforms. And lots of people have been listening and supporting, which I'm so grateful for. And this song is truly about gratitude and about my little apartment in Toronto. So here it is. In my little apartment, sometimes I feel small, like the whole of the world doesn't know at all. In my little apartment, sometimes I feel stuck, like why am I still here? Do I suck? Then the sun comes in and it hits my face, and in that moment it's okay, 'cause the sun came in and it hit my face, and in that moment it's okay. In my little apartment, sometimes I feel whole, so sure of myself, not a doubt in the world. In my little apartment, sometimes I feel blessed, surrounded by love, not worry or stress. 'Cause the sun came in and hit my face, and in that moment it's okay. 'Cause the sun came in and it hit my face, song was also written in my little apartment, like all of these songs. And it's been a really rainy summer in Toronto, and there was a day where it was just pouring, and I had the day off work, so I was just at home looking out the window, and I felt like my life was a movie. Everything felt like, oh, I'm so sad because it's raining. And then the next day it was shining, and I was in a great mood. So this song is called Rain or Shine, and I'm pretty sure people will be able to relate to this. Why is it always gotta rain when you're feeling sad? The clouds reflecting all the pain that I have inside. It's not easy to change my mood or my mind when it looks like it's crying tears from the sky. Why is it always gotta shine when I'm feeling fine? Sun reflecting all the joy that I have inside. It's not easy to change my mood or my mind when it looks like it's smiling up in the sky. Whether the weather be good or bad or fine, it's all just pretend made up in your mind. Why is it always gotta rain when I'm feeling sad? Why is it always gotta shine when I'm feeling glad? It's too easy to change my mood and my mind. It all just depends what's up in the sky. Thank you. All right, one more song for you. This song is written about adulting. when you do things, and sometimes I just clock myself and I'm like, wow, I live in this house and I pay bills and I do all of these things, and sometimes I don't feel like an adult, but I know that I am. So that's what this song is about. It's called Grown Up. I live on my own, 2,000 miles away from home. As a result of being an adult, I pay bills and I cook too, depending on my mood. Sometimes I just want to consume plain cereal, 'cause I'm so grown up. I'm so grown up. I'm so grown up. I live on my own. I make appointments on the phone. I pay bills and I clean too, depending on my mood. Sometimes I just want to lay on the floor in my room, 'cause I'm so grown up. I'm so grown up. to do. I do what I want to. Don't tell me what to do. I do what I want to. Don't tell me what to do. I do what I want to. Don't tell me what to do. I do what I want to. 'Cause I'm so grown up. I'm so grown up. I'm so grown up.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your pre-show musical act, Miss Millie Bee. Here, hello. Keep it going for Miss Millie Bee, everybody. Keep it going. All right, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. Viewers at home, you got time to go do your thing, grab another beer. People here, go to the bathroom. We will be back with Comedy Alley. Tonight, you're going to see Pat Thornton, Monty Scott, Zabrina Douglas, and Arthur Simeon. Stay tuned for Comedy Alley, everybody. Applauso.
So now I support here. I didn't want to do that.
Thank you.
I thought there were more actually. I got offered more fishing. That's okay.
The panic is down there.
Yeah.
I would never take
I'm not gonna have anything. Oh yeah. It's just so many of them. I know. I can't do Never used to be. Last time I was here. So where is Joey? Right here. That's it. That is. That's it. There's. I think he calls a foot John out. There is another room down there and a bathroom and a kitchen. We'll have a little bit of a look around. It's not having, I haven't seen it for a long time. It's literally live work. Oh, sorry? It's literally live work space. Mostly work.
Like the old days, there, boy.
going down. I mean, it's about the stairs in reality.
Right.
Where's the fire?
I mean, is this somebody's house that you
Well, I mean, the restaurant.
off the restaurant?
Maybe it's, so there is another street.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm wondering what's right here.
Somebody's there?
Yeah, this is the other street.
Oh, right. Oh, that's why they're there. Yeah, but I mean, some restaurant just down the street went out of business. And opened, and had these tables and chairs and stuff. And they just said, "Hey,
Oh, yeah.
They, yeah. Prohibition's not the whole street there, no. Down the road. Away from the border, all along. It's the only restaurant, you know? All those tables, right border.
Right.
And tourists, they nothing.
So if it did rain, we have a
Now, Arthur Simeon, I don't know the name.
except for the glass, except for these walls somewhere.
Yeah, can you light yourself?
I know that name.
I'm fine. Get all of off.
Who would have thought it? Somebody thought.
That's great.
Well,
How wide would you say this is?
about 7 feet across. If I lay down, I think no more than 8. No, I could lie down.
No, I think these are each 24 inches. 28.
True Yes, yeah. That 2, 4. I'd say about 8. We had 2 after that. That might fall. Yeah, the picture of that, not going down the back.
This looks like another devil.
Yeah. What does it remind you of, Lord?
It is. It really is.
That's where we are.
That's the one.
Says more light required. Says more light required. It's got to measure the They were out today, Friday. They were out. I know you mentioned it in an email. Sometime this week.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Comedy Alley. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Friday night. We have a fantastic act for you tonight. We have 4 wonderful comics and your one-of-a-kind host. We have Lars Classington.
Yes, thank you. Give it up for the BK Broiler behind the DJ booth over there. That's the BK Broiler, aka the Brandon Knox here holding the fort down. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have some special guests in the crowd here. I have to say hello to my dad. Hello, Dad. How are you, Fred? Good to see you. And your lovely wife, my stepmother, Lois here. Hello, Lois. Good to see you. And their swinger party friends here, Roy and Nancy. Give it up for Roy and Nancy here. And please, you guys, you got to stand up. We got to show the viewers at home. They are swag the F out right now. Show them that Laughing Vikings swag. You want it? You got to come here to get it, ladies and gentlemen. You got to come here to get it. You better believe I charge them full price for those t-shirts too. We got to keep these lights on somehow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's great to see you. And it's nice to be hosting again. We have a fantastic show. I curated 4 of my favorite comedians, favorite human beings. I'm like, who do I know that can just come into the alley, and if I set them up, they'll knock them down. Hopefully it's not the hips that's knocking you down. You guys good? Make some noise if you got all your hips. Who's got all their original hips tonight? Only 1 out of 4. Okay. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. Yes. Good to see you guys. This is Comedy Alley here, formerly known just as Alley. Used to be just a plain old alley. It was known as one of the most unfunny alleys in the land prior to when I took it over and turned it into Comedy Alley. A few years ago, it was actually known, the previous name was Tax Return Alley. It was terribly unfunny and boring. Before that, it was known as Paint Dry Alley. No wonder no one was showing up. It was just a terrible business idea. They thought, you know what? We'll just slap some paint on these walls. We'll sell tickets. People can come and just watch paint dry. Nobody showed up, so I had to turn it into a comedy alley. If you want to know how to turn a regular alley into a comedy alley, there's a secret. Roy, I know you used to be a music teacher. What is, I would say, one of 2 official instruments of comedy?
Trumpet.
Trumpet. I'm going to exit. I exit. What's next? What's next?
Tuba.
By the way, in comedy, you're supposed to yes and people, not the audience members. She said tuba, very close, but this is like a Family Feud right here. Show me tuba, cowbell. Guys, do you not know any comedy history? You get it, right? You guys get it. It's this or a slide whistle, and I have both. If you're looking at me right now and you're wondering, what kind of guy is Lars? Lars is a guy that owns 2 kazoos. I own 2 kazoos. I own an electric and an acoustic. This is actually an acoustic and an electric. This plugs in, Roy. Am I blowing your mind right now? How many years did you teach high school?
Way too many.
40 probably, right? 35, 40 years. This is how you know you're old, and I know I'm also old. You know you're old when the school you went to has been demolished, and I'm sure everywhere that you guys used to work is just a hole in the ground or a brand new condo. You just walk around. This is where I used to do things, but now it's gone. Did you ever in your life teach one of your students to be a master at the electric or the acoustic kazoo? Not once. Well, tonight you're going to see a display, and maybe you can come out of retirement if you want to orchestrate this a little bit and help. We'll do that.
That would be good.
Yes. A little bit more about me. I was once in this man's testicles. There you go. Just want to get it out there. And in case you guys didn't understand how fathers worked, yeah, not recently. It's been 43 years. I've changed, and so have the testicles. It's a whole different situation right here.
It's a good thing you got out when you did.
Yeah, it's a good. He says it's a good thing I got out when he did. Yeah. Thank you. We're going. If comedians, if you're wondering what my parents can take, I've gone straight to the testicle stuff. So it seems like testicles are a-okay tonight. Bring all the testicle material. That's all right. But to tell you another thing is, and some of you may know this, this is how I grew up. These are my first jobs as a child. My first job was, first job as a child. You're looking at the product of child labor right here. When you grow up in the country, you work on farms, aka child farm labor, getting paid $3 an hour. I got paid $3 an hour this is what I did. I picked strawberries, I picked blueberries, I picked gooseberries, I picked huckleberries, I picked raspberries, I picked green beans, I picked corn, I sorted corn, I bagged corn, I sold corn, I drive the corn truck around to the corn stands and restock the corn stands. Basically what I'm saying is if you can buy it at a farmer's market, I work for $3 an hour doing some slave child labor. So that is a little history on me right there. And I also cut grass. I cut hay. I did all of those things. And then I grew up and got a real job doing comedy in an alley. I was like, enough with this. Enough with the grind and the rat race of filling $3 buckets of strawberries. The great thing about when you're 7 years old and you're picking strawberries is it's basically one for them and one for me. It took me, I remember I would arrive at, and I'm just going to say it, I arrived at Ego's Farm on Horseshoe Valley Road as a fresh, maybe I was 8, maybe I was 9. I sure was not double digits. And they give you a 4-liter bucket and they just send you into the field with little to no supervision. There was like a team, it was like a chain gang of elementary school kids wandering up and down the strawberry lanes. I don't know whether it's
Stay on your row.
Stay on your row. Don't fuck with the other guy's row. You stay on your row and you finish your row in the sweltering heat. We started in the morning when it was 7 a.m. and it was cool, but by noon it was sweltering and we still hadn't filled up that 4-liter bucket because one for me, one for you, one for me, one for you. Then you cash it in. They'd give you your $4, and I would go straight to the bakery and just buy butter tarts and cookies with the $4. It's a racket, is what they're saying. It's a racket. But the food was delicious. The strawberries were delicious. Ego's Farm Market, if you're watching this right now, I think the statute of limitations on child labor has expired, and we would love to have you as a sponsor here in Comedy Alley. Another fun fact about Comedy Alley, you might be looking at it and wondering, where do I recognize this alley from? Believe it or not, this alley that you're part of cinematic history, sci-fi history. This is actually the location where they filmed the garbage compactor scene from Star Wars, everyone. This was it, right here. It was a little 3PO, shut down the compactors on the detention level. 3PO. You guys recognize that? You see that? Does anyone know what I'm talking about here? Am I just a crazy person yelling in an alley? Little column A, little column B. You're like, that was 1978. I do not remember movies from 1978. Fun fact, though. So just beware. At some point, you know what? I'm pretty strong. I'm pretty sure that I can just push this. Is it moving? Did it move at all? You guys want to see something? Comedians in the back, if you're wondering who I am right now, I am the new Debs from Debs Comedy. If you're wondering who Deb from Debs Comedy Den is, she's a wacky lady that is beloved and does weird things like climb the walls and climb the roofs and invites her family members to the shows here. But here, I'm going to do it for you right now. Can we get a little, yeah, there you go, a little drum roll. There you go. Ready? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it right now, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. I'm about to do it. Oh, yes. Yes, I did it, ladies and gentlemen. I did it.
Spider-Man.
Wow, Spider-Man. I'm not going to lie. A little part of me was like, this might end with 2 broken wrists and a horrible, horrible situation here. Luckily, we have some healthcare workers in the room. I also want to let you guys know that I'm thinking of doing some renos on the alley here. I'm thinking of adding a retractable dome roof, a la the Sky Dome. We're going to call it the Sky Alley here. It's Sky Dome Alley, Sky, something like that. The name's a work in progress. We're just spitballing things here tonight. I'm thinking an upper deck maybe, and I'm thinking we're going to add, this is because it's about combo businesses. This could be a comedy alley, comedy venue / bowling alley. I say we already have an alley, and people already know alleys as bowling alleys, so they kind of expect it. If they're going to show up in an alley, like, I don't want to have any misunderstandings where people buy a ticket thinking they were buying a ticket to come bowl. So I'm thinking I'm going to have both. In fact, I was quite a bowler as a child. You were looking at, I believe it was the 1987 father-son duo fantastico here. We won the father-son championship at the Coldwater Bowling Lanes and Laundromat. It was a laundromat first. I think, and believe it or not, I think they were making more money off the laundry than they were the bowling. But we would go every Saturday morning religiously, and I was quite the champ. And you would score and buy me chocolate bars and chips. It was basically we'd go. We never did the laundry though, did we? We didn't do the laundry. We had our own laundry, but a lot of people did do the laundry. And
So actually, Brandon, I think we have. Do we have a clip of?
Yeah, we have a clip.
We have an old 1987 bowling alley clip.
Yeah, did you want to play the clip?
From when I was a bowler at the Coldwater Bowling Alley and Laundromat. We have that right now.
Oh yeah, I have that queued up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Play that if we can.
Okay.
It's gonna just play up here on the stage on the wall, or
Yeah. Just stand right there and just.
is the projector hooked up?
Yeah. The projector's hooked up.
Okay. All right. Cue it up.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 1987 Bowl-O-Rama Championships of the World, taking place at the Laundromat here. We have 11-year-old Lars Classington. By God, he is big for his age. Man, we've never seen a bowler quite like Lars Classington before, but he is doing his usual stretches. Just a little bit about Lars. Legend says he was born in an alley. There is actually no specifics as to what sort of alley that is, but we know he was born in an alley. Look at him juggle those balls. Oh, that's a strong boy there. Oh, father's son, the father must be proud. Look, he is getting ready for his first bowl. It seems he is winding up. Oh, could he be going for the first possible strike? He's winding up and he's going, and well, it seems that we have a oh, what's that? Is that, could it be? Oh, it's a strike, ladies and gentlemen, his first strike of the night. This could be a wild night for all of us. Seems he's doing a little bit of brushing his hands. He's getting ready. Ooh, is he licking his finger? Oh, he's checking the wind inside a laundromat. I'm not sure if, oh, what's that in the ball? Is that nacho cheese, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, little Lars loves his cheese. But it seems he's enjoying it a little too much. Oh, he's winding up again, and he's shaking out his leg. Shake out again, and he's shaking out the other leg. Stretch more, ladies and gentlemen. This could be a wild night. Go! Oh. Another strike, ladies and gentlemen. That is 2 in a row for the little Lars. It seems he is really giving it to the crowd tonight. Oh, he is proving someone wrong. Who could it be? No one knows. And it seems he's going for the third one. He winds up. It seems he's going for a pitch. Lars is famous for his pitches, ladies and gentlemen. He was a born baseball player, and he's going, he's winding up. Another one, ladies and gentlemen, the third in a row. This is amazing. I have never seen an 11-year-old bowl such as this. I can see his father in the audience now. He is beaming. Ladies and gentlemen, just loving every second of little Lars. Is that a goat I see? Oh, he's going for a fourth one. Fourth strike, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, little Lars is on a tear. Could he get the illustrious 10-strike bowling game? Is that a chicken on the court? I don't think that is supposed to be allowed. Do we get to clear? He's going anyway. Another strike, ladies and gentlemen. His 5th in a row. Little Lars is really on a heater tonight. And just so you know, it is half-price wings. Please buy at your laundromat. Please give us your laundry and your collectibles. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Please remember our sponsors. It seems like Lars is ready to go for his 6th bowl. Can he do it? He just needs to go for another strike. If he goes, he's in the zone. He's going. Oh, he slips! What just happened? Oh, it's falling in the air. Look at it. It's coming. It lands in the middle of the court. I've never seen anything like this before. Go. It seems he's trying to push the wind. Oh, he's using his breath. Could it be? It's moving, ladies and gentlemen. Do you see it? Another strike. That's 6 in a row. Lars is really on a tear tonight. Oh, this could be the 7th one. He's getting ready for his leg. He's pointing at someone in the crowd. Is that a banana peel I see?
What the fuck, man?
Oh, I have
What
never
game,
seen
man?
anything in my 50 years of commentating bowling in a laundromat.
Get him out of here.
Get out of here, you. No, I've never seen this.
Fine. I'll continue.
Lars is willing to continue the match.
Oh,
This is his 7th in a row. Could he go? It's going. He threw it. Yes! That was it!
in your face.
Yes, Banana Man, we see you. We know where you work, at a school. Now he's loading his 8th ball. This is a feat I have never seen from an 11-year-old. And he's throwing it. Eight strikes, ladies and gentlemen. 8 strikes in a row. This is something, we are witnessing something historic here at the laundromat. I need the crowd to really get into this. Look at him. Look at him giving everything he's got. His father is beaming. He's never been prouder of his little boy. His little boy Lars going for his 9th strike in a row. Can he do it? He needs silence. He needs absolute silence. No one speak in the crowd. No one. Oh, no! He's lost his fingers, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he has 2 bloody stumps. What is he going to do? Can he finish the match? He has 2 more bowls to do. 2 more. No, Lars, don't do it. Don't give up. You can do this. Oh, I've never seen anything like this. Okay, he's going with his left hand. Is he so... Oh, no, he's in so much pain. Someone comfort him. Someone comfort that little boy. That little boy is hurt. Oh, he's trying to be Spider-Man, but is he? Spider-Man would get this strike. Can Lars get it? Oh, he tears the other fingers. Look at him. He just has pinkies and pointers and thumbs. Useless appendages. Useless appendages, I say.
My fingers got stuck in the ball.
But Lars, we're here for you. We need this more than you need your fingers. Pick up that ball. Pick up that ball, little Lars, and roll that 9th strike to victory. We need this. You need this. Bowl that ball, Lars.
Go.
Toss it. There. He's rolling it. No. Can it be? Oh, it's a strike, ladies and gentlemen. With just stumps on his fingers. He has nothing left. He has to bowl one more time, though. Can he do it? What is he going to do? Can he even lift a ball? Oh, he's rolled it. It stopped in the middle of the court. The lane. I've never seen anything like this. The ball has completely stopped. I have to check the rules. It seems that Lars can throw another ball. If he throws another ball, it still will count as a strike. Because the first ball is still active. Everything hinges on this throw. He's gearing up. He has his little elbows banging away. Clap, everyone. Clap in the audience. He needs your support. Everyone give him a round of applause, please. Let the stump fly, and he throws it. He throws it, and it hits. That's a strike. A perfect bowling game for 11-year-old Lars. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. You have been here to witness something I have never seen in my 50-year career. A perfect game
by a 6'3" child.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for that clip, Brandon. Wow. True or false? How many of you were like at some point, are they going to play the whole 10 frames? Are they going to do the whole frames? It looks like they're going to do the whole 10 frames. I am going to go pass out for a little while because that was very physical. That was all my original bowling moves. If you're wondering if that was specifically reenactment. Yeah, you remember all that stuff. And all right, we got to get this show rolling. Comedy Alley, not to be confused with Bowling Alley. Your first act of the night, one of the funniest guys in the country, Juno nominee, done all the festivals. I fucking love him. Give it up for Pat Thornton, everybody.
Yes. Here we go for Lars, everybody. Lars. I want to say a couple things about Lars. Number one, I would definitely watch a cartoon about a poor baby Lars having to drive a corn truck to a corn stand. I actually thought that was a laugh, Luna. I was like, oh no, I didn't get one. I got the dog. And also, like, what a ride that set was. Keep it going again for Lars. He started with Tom Cruise style stunt work, and by the end, it was just like a live Goofy cartoon with body horror. It was fun. It was wild. That was wild, and I'll tell you, it was seamless.
Body horror.
It was seamless. That not a moment of it felt unearned. You know what I mean? Keep it going for Brandon on the tech, everybody. Brandon, Lars called him BK Broiler, and that made me think of the sandwich that was being referenced. And I just wanted to remind myself about the BK Broiler, and I looked it up on Wikipedia. I just wanted to share this with you real quick about the BK Broiler. The fast food restaurant chain Burger King was the first major fast food chain to introduce a grilled chicken sandwich to the marketplace in 1990, 6 months before Wendy's and 4 years before McDonald's. 4 years. McDonald's didn't get into the grilled chicken game for 4 years. How cocky is that? They heard, oh, everyone's doing grilled chicken? Oh, you think we should? Let's just wait a minute and see if we're still number one. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, we're good? It's like my wife is always mad that McDonald's doesn't have a veggie patty. And I keep saying, yeah, but like they have all the power because you're in McDonald's mad about this. You know what I mean? Like you came to McDonald's to ask that question. You know what I mean? You're at McDonald's. So they don't need to have one. So Lars, as you probably all know, helped some of us with auditions just over here on the inside of the alley, I guess. And he helped me book a part a little while ago on Murdoch Mysteries, and I just wanted to bring it up because I had to play a sleigh driver, and I'd never driven a sleigh before, but they called me like a week before shooting, and they were like, "Hey, just out of curiosity, like, what's your experience with horses?" And I was like, "Well, I've ridden a few horses." They're like, "Okay. So would you say it's safe to say that you've never controlled a team of horses?" And I was like, yeah, that's very safe to say. And then the guy was just like real quiet for a while. Then he was like, okay, no, we'll work with this. Okay. I was like, what? and then they had to send me up north to go learn how to drive a sleigh. But it was a carriage that I practiced with. But anyway,
What was fun about that experience is it just gave me a whole new thing to feel bad about myself about. You know what I mean? Because then I was like, oh my God, why have I never controlled a team of horses? What's wrong with me? Oh, you never have? No. What? No. I'm an actor in the city. Should I have? Oh, I never even thought about it. That's the worst part. That's how bad a guy I am. I didn't even consider I should be controlling a team of horses right now. It didn't cross my mind until I knew I blew it. Sucks. You know when it's I thought of this today, so it's not fully a joke yet. So let's just hang out with it. You know, like when it's really hot and they say that you can like fry an egg on the sidewalk? Like, are those people like waiting for the weatherman to tell them that's okay? You know what I mean? Like, today's the day, guys. Let's go. Fry an egg on the sidewalk. But nobody actually wants to fry an egg on the sidewalk, you know? Like, if it's a really hot day, do this. Walk around with an egg. And if someone's like, ooh, you know, it's so hot today, you can fry an egg on the sidewalk. Be like, do it. Then do it. Here's the deal. I'm not responsible for the egg. You crack the egg on the sidewalk, you cook it, it's your problem. They walk away. Everybody wants to see an egg fry on the sidewalk, but nobody wants it to be their problem. They're like, oh yeah, I want another dirty egg in my life. For what? Let me ask you this. I want to tell you guys a quick joke about watermelon sparkling water. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, great. Another cisgender white male here to talk to us about watermelon sparkling water. But maybe you haven't heard this one before. Maybe just give it a chance. I went to the grocery store with my wife, and they had sparkling water on sale. Liter bottles for 89 cents. All the flavors. Like, what a dream. What a goddamn dream. Right? This just huge display. So I thought we got to get some of these, 89 cents. So I went, grabbed a lime one. My wife was like, great. Grabbed a grapefruit one. My wife was like, cool. I reached for a watermelon one, and my wife's like, okay. And like silently in my head, I'm thinking, what am I getting attitude about the watermelon sparkling water? It's 89 cents. It's my 89 cents. Plus, it says right on the front of the bottle with a hint of watermelon flavor. A hint. So please keep in mind that all the drama that ensues from this is over a hint. So later on, we're at home, sitting on the back porch. I'm having a glass of this stuff, right? And my wife was like, how is it? And I'm like, it's fine. And then she's like, can I try some? Silently in my head, I'm thinking, I don't want you to try this. There's no win here for me. But of course, in real life, I'm like, sure, yeah. She takes a sip, and she literally does this. What am I supposed to do with that? Then she says, you know what it tastes like? It tastes like someone put a piece of watermelon gum in a glass of water. And then I was sort of surprised myself, like that did. I surprised myself with what a hard stance I took, what a passionate response I had. Because I said, no, it tastes like watermelon and it's good. And then she went inside and had another sip of the stuff. And then I thought, you know, maybe it tastes like someone put a piece of watermelon gum in a glass of water. But I'm never telling her that, man. Never. I'm going to buy that fucking gum water for years. Put it out at parties. I'll be going to make a drink for her dad, and she'll be like, no! And I'll be like, it tastes like watermelon, and it's good. One time, someone asked me, hey, if you're not going to tell your wife about that, how are you doing stand-up about it? Isn't she going to find out about it for sure? I thought, oh yeah, it's nuts. I didn't think of that. Cool. So I have a son. I have a son named Larry, and thanks. I have a son named Larry. And one time, a long time ago, I was at a show. I showed up to a show, and one of the comedians was like, "Hey, how's Larry?" And I was like, "Oh, he's great. He just, but he was just screaming his head off when I pulled him out of the bath." And then another guy standing there was like, "Who's Larry?" And then I thought, "Oh yeah, fair enough. He sounds like an old man. Just an old man I ripped out of the bath." You know, I didn't want to do it, but his son insisted, and paid pretty good. But anyway, what's great about having a baby is that it changes the way the world looks at you so much. If you're out in the world with a baby. Now, like if I walk into the park as a man in my 40s, no baby, people think this guy's going to do drugs and fall asleep under a tree. But if I walk in with a baby, it's sunshine, man. Everyone's smiling at me. Everyone's so happy to see me. Moms, old women, old men. It's nice. It's really nice. After you take the baby out of the picture, now I'm just a man with a stroller. And that's really creepy. That's really creepy. You know, the best feeling in the world is in the morning when I'm pushing my son to daycare in the stroller, and the birds are chirping, and everyone's smiling at me, and he's waving at truck drivers, and they're waving back, and it's so nice. It's so nice. And then the worst moment of my life is after I've dropped him off, and I just have to walk home with an empty stroller. Because I can't help but feel like a fucking psychopath. I don't know why. Like, what am I doing? Like, don't look at me! I'm just going home! I don't know. That was weird. Okay, I'll leave you guys on this. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say the term underwear friend? Now, I'm not talking about somebody who you hang out with when you're both in your underwear. Now, that's definitely a valid use of that term, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about someone who you hang out with and they just always happen to be in their underwear. Another valid use, but what's going on? What is that relationship? I'm talking about somebody who your entire relationship with them is based on a pair of your underwear. Now, I have an underwear friend. His name is Dennis. He's considerably shorter than me, but has a much bigger mustache. And I'll come back to him. A while ago, I had to go to Winnipeg for a few weeks for work, and they put me up in this hotel, and it was like too nice of a hotel. Like it was a problem. Like for starters, like a minute and a half from the front door, you could be at what I thought was a pretty nice piece of this river, right? Until people were like, "Hey, you're not going down to the river, right? Because people get murdered there." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. You know, I don't want to judge anyone. You want to have a murder river, that's fine. But like, why have a nice hotel? You know." When I say that it's that the hotel became a problem for me, I'll tell you what I mean. It's like one of these places where you walk into the room and there are just chocolate bars on the dresser. Seems so cool, but if you eat one, you owe them $6 for a Twix. And you're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, 2 pieces, I guess." No, that sucks. $6 for a Twix? That's a trick. One time I was there and I ordered a spaghetti to the room. And I thought it was going to cost me $21, and it cost me $35. And it was a chicken bolognese. And I'll tell you this, if chicken was the best kind of bolognese, that's the kind we'd know about. Plus, for $35, it should have chopped up Twix bars on it. You know what I mean? But anyway, this hotel that they put me up in, they didn't have like laundry machines, right? Like I was there for 3 weeks and I needed to get some laundry done, and then I discovered that they only had a laundry valet service that was very expensive. And so I did the math because I just needed to get to my day off so I could go to a laundromat. And to get to my day off, I would have to get one pair of underwear cleaned from the laundry valet service. So I called down to the front desk, and then Dennis comes to the door. And he's so nice, and he asked me to put my underwear in a bag. I put my underwear in a bag. He asked me to write my name on the bag. And then he looks at the bag and he says, "Hello, Pat." I'm like, "Hello." And then he takes the underwear and he holds it up and he says, "Thank you, Pat." I'm like, "Okay, for what?" And then he leaves with it. And I come back up to work that night and my underwear is wrapped in tissue paper in a wicker basket on my bed. Now, the presentation couldn't have been nicer, but maybe we could lose the tissue paper and make it $1. How about that? But then every time I was leaving the building, I would run into Dennis in the lobby, and he would always say hi, which is nice, and it's only nice. But like he knew and I knew that all we had was this pair of underwear. You know what I mean? Like we never had a conversation. I just put my underwear in a bag, and he thanked me for it. So, then all the time I'm in the lobby, and he's like, "Hi, Pat. Oh, have a good day, Pat." I'm like, "Okay, yeah." But like, if I was with someone else and they were like, "Who's that guy?" I'd be like, I don't know. Let's get out of here. You know what I mean? But one day I'm in the lobby, and Dennis is like, "Hey, Pat, I thought you'd be gone by now." And that's when it occurred to me that Dennis thought I was making that one pair of underwear just work for me. It's sort of like this time. My wife works on Toronto Island, and one time I tried to meet her at the ferry docks, and I tried to punch in ferry docks on the Uber app, and the closest thing that came up was ferry dock washrooms. And I thought, okay. And then, but then we were driving right past where I needed to be, and I was like, "Oh, you can drop me off here." And the guy was like, "It says the bathroom's up here." I thought, "Oh, cool. This guy actually thinks it's about the bathroom." Like I was sitting at home thinking, "Hey, where am I going to take a dump today?" Oh, yeah, the ferry dock washrooms have always been good to me. All right, I'm going to leave you guys there. I'm Pat Thornton. Thank you so much.
Keep it going for Pat Thornton, everyone. And his underwear buddy, Dennis. One more time for Pat Thornton. Yeah. All right. We got to keep this Comedy Alley train a-rolling. Chugga, 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 chugga. Your next comedian, I have spent many road trips into tiny towns in northern Ontario that we'd never heard of until we got there. And they were always delightful experiences. And I'm sure you're going to have a delightful experience here in the alley with him. Give it up for Monty Scott, everybody. Monty Scott.
All right, how you guys doing? Fred, how you doing?
Wonderful.
Fantastic. I heard you were having some health issues and you're back out here drinking on a patio, drinking in an alley.
Yeah.
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not a doctor, but drinking in an alley tends to lead to health issues. I'm like, yeah, listen, I don't know if there's one thing I did wrong. It's probably too much drinking in alleys. I don't know. You tell me. I'm not a doctor again. Well, fantastic to see you out. It's amazing. It's the Larsons. Here. Yeah. I wanted to thank. Rarely do you get a chance to thank somebody's testicles for what they did, but I've got to thank them. Your son has been nothing but a delight. I don't know how long I know him. It must be like coming up 10 years, and just fun time every time. Driving to a million places you'd really care not to be, and still a fun time. And the kicker on that is it's a long time to get there. Because to tell you the truth, if I lived across the street from most of these places, I wouldn't go voluntarily. But to drive 4 hours and then 4 hours back, that's the real kick in the testicles. That's why I don't have any prodigy is that I just took too many of those in the nuts. Too many road trips in the nuts. So thank you for him. But really good idea. You know, your balls were telling you like they want to do something. It was like, how about a kid? And it was good call. It's alley thinking. It's alley thinking. You're like, listen, I had a couple of drinks in this alley. What are we gonna do? How about kids? You know. Now, Pat was talking about slaves and controlling horses. I don't know much about controlling horses, but I was going to talk a little bit about my dad since since you're here, and he's having some health issues as well. And I'll give you an idea as to his age. I saw him regaling kids, like some of my cousins, of a story, and I was like, "What the hell is Dad talking about?" And they were like, "Oh, he's talking about when he was a kid, and there was a big sleigh accident." He's from Brockville. Friggin' sleigh pileup. He lived in an era, so needless to say, he's not on like Windows 10. He is not integrated. You know, I'll tell you something about my dad. He never mastered or used a friggin' typewriter. He was like, my mom was doing it. He was an insurance broker. My mom did the typing. I mean, I imagine he's familiar with it. He didn't act like it was an alien thing, but he straight up, if you asked him how to use a type, like I'd like to know when the last time he used a typewriter. That would have to be close to the sleigh accident. Like talking about like Hitler just lost kind of shit. I'm like, yeah, I used a typewriter, what, 48, like 1948? Yeah, 1948. My dad's, I don't know if, well, I was joking about you drinking in alleys. Well, you are drinking in an alley, but I mean, like, other than that. My dad's, he didn't really have like a drinking problem or nothing like that, but he had a lot of, I think his problem is like just utter insanity was more his issue. Because he was just like, I don't know, it's hard to even describe. Like he was telling a story about his crazy buddy. And this guy Van Dusen, Billy Van Dusen, I think. He's like, oh, Billy Van Dusen, he's a crazy bastard, Billy Van Dusen. He was driving his motorcycle in the brush too fast. And my dad, too fast for my dad. My dad's like, that was just too much. Billy Van Dusen, and my dad is like, he's only got the one eye left because he'd already lost an eye. But that's when I realized my dad doesn't look at a pair of eyes as a pair of eyes. He looks at it as a spare. My dad is under the impression like you can't be driving through the brush with not even a spare. My dad only starts to get nervous when you're down one eye. That's when he's looking out for danger. Up until then, he's like, I got two eyes. What do I give a goddamn? You think you want me to drive through the brush on a motorcycle and care about my eyes? I got two of them. Plenty to go. My dad's like, if I'm 40 and I got two eyes, get the hell out of here. I'm leaving with my face. But as soon as you get down to one eye, my dad's like, Jesus, you gotta baby that one eye. That's where my dad draws the line. That's the kind of maniac I'm talking about. He's basically every pair on your body, he's like, it's a spare. So it's amazing he made it. I think he's got all his appendages amazingly, considering he really only regards them as extra. But my dad, like I say, he's from Brockville. He's a syrup country, I guess. My dad's birthday's tomorrow, actually. We're going to go give it up for Gary. He made it. Well, hang on. I shouldn't speak so soon. Midnight he made it, I guess. Why am I going to jinx him, Art? Well, he's creeping on the birthday tomorrow. Almost there. And turning 83. But it's amazing. Again, it's amazing he's made it that far from the idea. Like, I was on tour in like Alberta or something, and my sister, I think I called her. I was just like, hey, what's going on? Everything cool? And she's like, yeah, except Dad's been having like some problems, and I was like, well, what's his problem? She's like, oh, he's got something wrong with his stomach. And my dad's never really had any kind of stomach problems. So I was like, oh, that's odd. He's like, yeah, he's really been like having all sorts of stomach problems. And so like a couple days go by and he's like, yeah, he doesn't know, just something's wrong with his stomach. And then along the way, probably about 3 days in, he's like, well, I don't know, maybe it was because I ate those almonds. And we're like, what almonds? He's like, the chocolate almonds. Maybe it's got something to do with the chocolate almonds. And we're like, well, what do you mean you ate which chocolate almonds? He's like, the chocolate almonds my sister Nicole gave them. And we're like, Dad, you ate the chocolate almonds and you think there's something wrong? He's like, yeah, it could have been a problem. I mean, I ate the bag of chocolate almonds. Like, you ate the bag of chocolate almonds. Like, yeah, when I was watching the Blue Jay game, it's like, so you ate a 2-kilogram bag of fucking chocolate almonds. And then there's something wrong with your stomach. And you're like, I don't know, there's a glitch in the matrix. What's going on? I've been racking my brain as to what could be a matter. I was like, you ate 5 pounds of chocolate almonds in one sitting, and you just have no idea what could be a matter. Yeah, 3 days it took him to be like, I don't know, maybe it's because I ate 5 pounds of chocolate almonds in a 3-hour stretch. And like, God, something's odd. That's the kind of lunatic we're talking about. A guy, well, mind you, he kept both eyes no matter how many almonds he ate. Still had both eyes. He's like, I got, I got a spare still. Only one pancreas though, Dad. Jesus. For the love of Christ. Even people who don't care are like, that's a lot of goddamn almonds. You'd have professional wrestlers telling you to take it easy. You know what I mean? He was a man, he was, like I say, he was an insurance broker. He would drive around like in a 3-piece suit a lot of times he'd wear. And he would drive around, see various people and stuff. And he would talk about, he's like, well, yeah, I went to the grocery store and I got myself a little Mickey of syrup. He'd call it a Mickey of syrup. He's like, oh, I got a little Mickey of syrup and I just take that down. And then, then I just drive on. It's like, so that was like lunch or something. You had a Mickey of syrup. And he's like, yeah, sometimes I would put away a little bit for later on or something, but sometimes I would just drink the bottle of syrup. Yeah. And I was like, so that, I just can't even imagine somebody walking into the grocery store and there's a fat man in a 3-piece suit chugging a bottle of syrup. You'd be like, is this the apocalypse? Did I miss a news report? Is there an asteroid coming at us right now? Because there's fat men in parking lots chugging syrup. Surely that has got to be a sign I should be doing something dangerous. What the hell is going on? Yeah. This is the kind of caution the wind man throws. I don't know if you guys, well, no, this is actually personal to them. He's brought this up to me. He's like, I think it's windier than it used to be. The Earth. But he is not really on the Earth. He's mostly at Bridletown Circle. That's where he lives. He's by the condo. Sometimes he goes up by the, maybe he goes to the mall, Bridlewood Mall. So that would be the extent of his travels on the Earth at this point. And so he's like, I would say, it's getting windier. And for some reason, their condo is built in like, it's a freaking crazy wind tunnel. So really going to the front door of their condo is an incredible amount of wind. I was like, Dad, you don't leave the front of this condo. Of course you think it's windier on Earth. This is the windiest fucking place of all time. It's like if you had a condo under Niagara Falls, you're like, I don't know, it just seems wetter. Everything seems wetter on the Earth these days. Their condo, I swear to God, it's mostly like seniors at their condo. I'm surprised they're not blown into the fences like paper bags. You're just blowing seniors around. Like, it's the most dangerous place to have a goddamn wind tunnel. It's a vortex. Nobody ever told me, like, yeah, it's it's 3 bedrooms, it's 1,500 square feet. It's a vortex of wind, though. You better be, I hope to God you don't have a sail. If you walk out this door with a kite, you're flying over the Bridlewood Mall. It's that simple. Yeah, it's well, I don't know let's see if you guys like my thoughts on this. And I don't mean to be ageist, believe me. I mean, I am impressed with Joe Biden. It's amazing that we came to a point on Earth where I was thinking, Jesus, we need Joe Biden on this thing. I pray to God Joe Biden gets in. So like the last time I prayed, or for an American election, I need Biden on this thing. So like every Canadian is like, come on, Biden, come on, bro. We need this. But the peculiarity of the American elections is like Trump was the young one at 75. Joe Biden's 78. Now listen, like I say, he's a pretty with it 78-year-old. I saw him riding a bike. I haven't ridden a bike since 1985, for Christ's sake. Joe Biden's riding bikes around. I mean, he seems real good, but my parents, again, they're 80 now, both of them pretty much 80, and I've always been adamant. They should not be running America. I don't know, like, you're choosing between your best super senior to run the fucking country? Have you lost your goddamn minds? Like, what would you put a 78-year-old in charge of? Just 100%. Not 100%, I'd put him in charge of the bingo raffle or whatever the hell. My parents are not 100% on taking care of everything that's magnetized to their fridge. They're not 100% in control of that. My mom is one day off on every goddamn appointment. Either early, late, she's off. That is for damn sure. And she's the good one. My dad's main question to every conversation is, who? Like, Dad, it's the same guy I started with. Believe me, I'm not flipping characters in this story. I stick to one character. The guy I started with. I promise you. You can get my father running the United States of America? I'm like, yeah, Putin has taken over Poland. They'd be like, who? Putin, Gary. Who then? Still Putin. It's been Putin the whole time. Yeah, it's bizarre, but he has been doing well. I mean, considering. Like I say, Trump definitely acts like when he's talking about mental acuity. It is amazing Trump is throwing those bombs. I can't believe he's lobbing those rocks from his glass house and nobody said nothing. I'm like, dude, you wouldn't pass an alcohol sobriety test right now, and you're not drunk. It's unbelievable to me. Wait now. Lars, how long? Where the hell am I on this thing? Maybe another 5 minutes or something. Yeah. All right. I don't want to keep you too long in the alley, but we don't want you to get in trouble here. Just get too hammered in the alley, and then who knows what's going on. Word to the wise, always keep your wits about you in the alley. That's what it's all about. It's amazing that he just turned this into an alley. I love the umbrellas up there in case it rains. Is that what it's all about, or is it in case a Blue Man Group breaks out? I start playing the drum with paint and shit. And it was like, what is he doing now? I'm like, I don't think he even knows. That's not paint, it's syrup. It's an ode to his father. He's now gonna risk one of his eyes because he just doesn't give a goddamn either. The pair of them, the Scots are maniacs. But obviously I'm only half Scottish. I'm not the traditional Scottish look, obviously. But I guess that's why I know I'm not white. Sometimes it'll come at you. For someone my complexion, it's and I am literally half white. And so it's kind of like sometimes it's kind of hard to know what you are. But like sometimes it stands out to you. Like my buddy Jarrett playing golf. He'll start talking about he's I guess German origin. He is a white man. There's no doubt about him. He's definitely a white man, and he'll start talking about the sun like when he gets in the car. He'll be like, "Oh, it's a hot one out there today." I'm like, "Bro, we're not even faced with the sun." I was like, this guy's like, "Oh Jesus, I tell you, the sun." He might even talk to me about the sun the day before. I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a sun. Because, I don't have to worry with the sun. I'm like, I'm not tanning. That doesn't really matter to me how much sun. Honestly, I've been putting a little bit of sunscreen on my face just because I didn't want to go full Sri Lankan for the summer. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep it just a shade off, and I'm trying to eliminate the aging. I don't want to look like I'm the prodigy of a man who was in a sleigh pileup. I don't want to give that away. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep that a secret so I don't want to get too much sun on my face. But Jared's talking about the sun like right out the gate. I'm like, oh, it's a hot one. I was like, well, I swear to God, if I was going to fight a guy at the golf course that day, I wouldn't talk about him as much as Jarrett talks about the sun before we get there. The man is planning to battle the sun. He has sunscreen on before he gets in the car. And I'm like, he's a pale man, but I was like, this kind of fear is beyond me. I have some sort of equilibrium with the sun, I suppose. You have not. It's clearly your enemy. Fair enough. But so I guess that's how you know sometimes. I can feel the craziness from the Scottish, though. I feel it's from the Scottish, but it could be from the Guyanese. My mother's Guyanese, so maybe it's just crazy people that I'm born from. But to me, the craziest thing about the Scots that I've ever heard in history is that the pipers, because like the Scott clan is, it's just a straight up gang. The Scots are just a straight gang, and they still got gang colors. I got a fighting tartan or a hunting tartan. They got a demure tartan for the ladies, unless you want to wear the whore tartan. I love that they've got a demure, and then like this is the one. If you're like, listen, if you're whoring, you don't want to wear the demure or the hunting. You goes like, what kind of maniacs come up with a goddamn slut tartan they've got? That is unbelievable to me that they decided to break it into that. And a hunting tartan. I mean, like, listen, you can hunt when you want. Can't you hunt in the slut tartan? I don't see why not. They're like, nah, throws the animals off. You'd be like, the animals will bang you at that point, but they will not. You cannot sneak up on an animal when you're in a slut tartan. They know right away. Another thing about the Scots is they got a goddamn I've never heard of anybody so committed to theme music. They've got pipers where they're just piping. I know their idea is they're like, play the pipes so they can hear we're coming, and they know they've got to deal with these friggin' lunatics. We're drinking syrup. We don't give a goddamn about anything. That's the thought. It's like when they even know that these lunatics are this close. These hunters, these demures, these sluts, once they know we're here. But to my knowledge, the pipers didn't fight. They piped through the entire hand-to-hand combat. They were just piping. Like there's just a guy in there piping and a guy with a sword. Guys with arrows and just a piper. And it's like, what happens if you lose? Do they just pipe the disaster? Do they pipe sadder? Is it like they're the original Titanic band? They're like, oh Jesus, we're going down. Pipe a sad one, laddie. Pipe us a slide one. We're losing. You guys have been so much fun, man. Thank you so much. So good to see you in good health.
Monty Scott and his bagpiping ancestors. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Love you. Woo! Wow. I do want to just take a moment to our viewers on the live stream and to our people here. If you want to follow Enter the Acts tonight, actually I would say follow on Instagram, but I'm looking at both of you and I know for sure you don't have Instagram. So here's what we'll do. I'm going to contact a local newspaper. Do they still make newspapers? I'm going to put the names of all the acts in a newspaper so that when you guys are reading the newspaper next, you can figure it out. How's that? How's that? Yeah, no newspaper. You don't even do that anymore? You lost the newspaper? Because you can't read it, right? Because you can't see it? You need is that how it works? It's online. Wow. Online newspapers. Good for you guys. That's great. All righty. I'm so happy to have this opportunity to host shows here for the audience members, but really for me. A lot of this is me just getting to invite some of my favorite friends and favorite comedians. This next guy, he's done it all, been Just for Laughs a bunch of times. Seen him on HBO, you've seen him on CBC, grab his albums on Comedy Records. Please make some noise for the incredible Arthur Simeon. That's me.
Give a round of applause to Lars and all the other Pat and Monty. Monty is one of my favorite human beings on the planet. And so I always enjoy watching Monty work. And I got to tell you something. There's no way I can. Like, Monty's a lunatic. Okay, he's a full on one of the funniest human beings I know. And so when he calls his dad a lunatic, I want to meet his dad. I want to hang out for a day because, you know, it's kind of like I think Monty is at the top of lunacy, and apparently is another level to get to. Is what I'm hearing. And so Gary Scott is on my bucket list of people I just want to have a beer with. But maybe from like a cage distance, you know, like maybe you put him in a cage and then I'm on the other side. I also want to say, you guys don't know these people, but you know, some of the people in the back know. Monty said he was half Guyanese. He's actually two friends that I have that are both half Guyanese. Both the mothers are Guyanese and the dads are, one is Scottish, Monty, and the other guy's dad is British. And both of them are two of the craziest people I know. And I would like for us to stop making that mix. Do you know? Like, I don't know who we have to talk to. I don't know if it's Justin Trudeau or the UN. I don't know who's in charge of these countries making babies, but half Guyanese and half British Isles, whatever that fucking United Kingdom mix is, it's just producing very funny comedians, but ruining the world is what I'm saying. Ruining the fucking world. Jagmeet Singh, leader of the NDP, is about to have a baby. I don't know how many of you saw the news. Yeah, he announced yesterday, which for me is very funny because it's also the same day we found out we might be having a federal election, which just made it funny for me. Like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I just imagine his wife walking into the bedroom being like, I think I'm pregnant. That you shut up. You shut up. You don't tell anyone until we fucking get the federal election call. She's like, can I at least call my parents? No, you don't fucking say a thing. You wear baggy clothes from now until the man calls for an election, and then we do a photo shoot. Anything less, and they won't find you. I don't know. I don't think he's violent. I'm sorry. If you vote NDP, I make fun of all of them equally. Except the conservatives, because they'll deport me. I don't know. I'm an immigrant. I can't make fun of them. Anti-mask people. We have them. Some of you maybe have them in your lives. I've seen them debate. I always find anti-mask conversations interesting because it lets me know that at some point in human history, there were anti-shoe people. Do you understand? Now we all wear them now. All of you have a pair of some footwear on of some kind, but at some point in society, someone was like, no, that's a government conspiracy. Okay, that's a government fucking conspiracy. Someone came into a cave and was like, hey, you know how we've been eating the cows? If you just take the skin off and wrap it around your feet, maybe we will save some toes. Like, all of us have 2 toes left. And for future generations, maybe we could save them by wrapping our feet in comfortable leather. And someone in the back was like, fuck you and your big government conspiracies. I like my 2 toes, and I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna stick to barefoot through the rocks and the rivers. I don't want you and your fancy fucking shoes. Go fuck yourself, is what they said. Is what I think happened. Anti-vaccine people also happening, which is cool. I love a good anti-vaccine debate because some of it is legit. Some people are like, you know what? I'm pregnant. I need to know what the effects will be on my unborn child. Some people I have, you know, autoimmune diseases and how do they interact with vaccines. I'm like, yeah, that's a legit question to ask. But not everyone is having legitimate questions. I've seen a lot of people who are like, do your own research. I'm like, I didn't realize getting a vaccine was now an opinion. Do you understand? Like, for years, people have been fighting to create these things to protect us. And now people are like, yeah, it's an opinion. It's an opinion. You have yours, I have mine. We can differ. I'm like, no, you're going to die. But here's the thing. The do your own research makes me laugh because I'm like, look at me and the job that I do. Does it look to you like I do my own research on anything? No. I pay a lot of people to do the research for me so I can just get drunk every fucking night. Like, I'm not doing my own, you know, I would love to grow my own meat. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. That's why I go to a grocery store. Someone else has figured it out for me. do your own research or go to a library. Like, I don't even know how you start doing research. Like, read a book? Go fuck yourself. No. The only thing I'm an expert on is what to mix with rum. Okay, that is it. And I'm not gonna do any more research. So if you tell me a vaccine might save my life, put it in me. You know? Because I have a friend who said, I'm not gonna get it. They made it too fast. I was like, what? Based on what experience? What are you talking about? You barely finished high school. Do you understand? Like, if you told me it takes 2 weeks to make a vaccine, and you told me it takes 3 months to make a vaccine, I'm going to believe both of you, even though no one of you is lying. I don't know which one, because I have no idea how to make a fucking vaccine. Is it Pepto-Bismol and Aunt's blood? I have no idea what goes into a vaccine. Like, I'm not going to question these people. It's like, you made it too fast. I'm like, you're the same person who bragged to me about finishing Game of Thrones from beginning to end during the first month of the pandemic. You don't think other people were using that time and brain power to try and save the world, you fucking lunatic? They made it too fast. They make A&W burgers too fast. I've never seen you turn them down. Do you understand? When you give them to an A&W, you're like, oh, can I get a mama burger? Maybe the uncle, and it's already here. Like, oh, what the fuck happened? How did you do that? It is ready for you to go. I also saw this person get a lap dance in Trenton, Ontario, Canada. So you know what? Go get the vaccine. You'll be fine. You survived that. You survived that. You'll be okay. You're right. I shouldn't make fun of Trenton. The dog's right. I've also noticed that there's an intersection of a group of people. The same people who say athletes shouldn't have political opinions are the same people who have very strong opinions on epidemics. Like the same group of people who are like, LeBron James shouldn't tell me about the flag, are the same people who are like, let me tell you about fucking COVID. I'm like, you're a mechanic, sit down. Okay? You should sit the fuck down. I'm enjoying Monty talked about Buddy who talks about the sun. I feel bad for white people. That's a weird way to start a joke, but most of you are like, really? We're doing okay. I know. I feel bad for white people in general because you've controlled everything in the world for a very long time and very effectively, violently. Except the sun. You haven't figured out the sun. You've tried with sunscreen, but it's still having because you enjoy summer. Don't get me wrong. White people love a good summer. We're gonna go on a boat, but it has to have a shade. Everything has to have shade of some kind, and that's why Canada sucks at the Summer Olympics. Okay, like people keep asking, why can Canada win more medals at the Summer Olympics? And I'm like, it's because you keep sending white people to run around in the sun. It's not going to work out. Do you understand? All the medals came in swimming, which is great because it's inside, right? It's temperature controlled. It's beautiful. Okay, there was a couple of gold medals on track, right? Both of them by black people, right? There was a gold medal in soccer, so I'll give them that, right? It makes races on that, but for the most part, a lot of white people you send, they fail. They fail. They come in 8th out of 8 people, and CBC is always there to interview them. Like, hey, how do you feel about the race? I fucking lost. What do you think I failed? Can we not do that as a society? Can we just say, like, listen, if your country, doesn't even matter which country it is, if your countryman or woman doesn't medal, don't interview them. Just don't. 4th, 5th, 6th, doesn't matter. Like, just don't talk to them. They've made the Olympics. That's it. Because here's the thing: these people train for 4 years, 5 years this time, to try and go and compete with the best of the world. And they get out there, and you're the best from your country. Your entire country has said you are the one we've chosen to go represent us. And then you get there, and you find out you're the 8th best in the world, not the 1st or the 2nd or the 3rd. And then they're like, hey, national television, your family in New Brunswick is crying right now. How do you feel about that? Tell us. Your girlfriend, your husband is probably going to leave you when you get home. How do you feel about that? How do you came in 8th? And because other white countries, predominantly white countries, have figured this out, and they're like, we're not going to get embarrassed at the Olympics anymore. You guys have seen this. You've seen the 10,000 meter race where people run around the track 300,000 times, right? So there's a bunch of black people running. There's always one white guy, right? There's always one brave white guy, and then after a while, he'll just like see him on the sideline. Like, I can't do this. I don't know why I signed up. Then they'll run around, a bunch of black people running around, black and brown people, and then one of them will win gold. And they'll put the cameras on and the microphone in the face, like, congratulations, gold. And the graphic will come up, Dennis Chiptegay for gold. And the flag comes up and it's Denmark. I'm like, go fuck yourself. No, that is not a Danish man, okay? I know a fucking Kenyan when I see one. You know, you're not gonna fool me. That's what Canada should do. Should send people like me. I mean, not like I'm past my prime, but you know. I like that you guys laughed at that. I did that joke last night. People were like, "Are you? We can't tell." I went to one quick story, and I would like for us this be a safe space where we don't judge each other, okay? And I would like to, you lovely people, you look like very reasonable human beings. And I would like just a disclaimer: this story is not a reflection of who I am. That's all I'm going to say. Just understand that we all make mistakes. I got an email. I'm not going to tell you when, doesn't matter. I got an email from someone that said, hey, we had a comedy show planned, like a fundraiser. It's an old acquaintance, I should say. Like this, I should give you, it's an old acquaintance, someone I hadn't heard from in a while. She reached out to me, she said, hey, we're this fundraiser, we booked an entertainer who unfortunately has to bow to the last minute. The show is tomorrow. Is there any way you can do me a favor and come do it? It's last minute, I know, and I'm so sorry, but if you can, let me know. And I read this email. I happened to be available the next day. I was like, sure, I'll do the fundraiser. She was like, great. She gave me all the details. I was like, unfortunately, it's you're donating your time. We don't really have a budget for this. I was like, cool, whatever. Like, it's a last minute thing anyways. I'm just going to come in, do the job, whatever. So I get to the show. I do the show, and it goes really well. It goes really well, which was great because I was a bit nervous because last minute, I'm a replacement for someone way more famous than I am. And so people are like, who is this fucking loser they're bringing in? But it goes well enough that everyone is happy. And at the end of the show, she goes, you know what? I really, really appreciate you did this for me. Can I make you dinner tonight? But it's already 10 p.m. And I'm like, I know what this means, right? I'm going to get late. Like, that's not bitter. I'm like, that's what's happening. And I said, yes, please. Of course. I love eating. And she's like, yeah, you come over and I'll make you something to eat and we'll have a drink. And I'll say, thank you. And it was great. So I went over to her place and I was right. We did have sex. I don't mean to brag. I've done it a couple of times. And the next day, wake up in the morning. She's like, thank you so much for doing this. I know that it's unfair to ask you to donate your time, like, you know, whatever. I'm so glad that you did this. But I have to run to work. She's a lawyer. She's like, I have to go to work. Clear yourself out whenever you're ready. I was like, cool. So I went back to bed, woke up a couple of hours later, and as I was leaving, there was an envelope on like the table, like right next to the door that had my name on it and said, Arthur, thank you. And in the envelope was cash. Right. I know. Right? And this is why I'm bringing this up, and I don't want you guys to judge me because I counted the money. And it was a lot less than I charge to do stand-up, but a lot more than I would charge to have sex with someone. Do you understand? Like, it was a lot. Like, I'm not that good at sex. I think I'm much better at stand-up than I am at sex. So I was very confused. Is the money for the stand-up or the sex? Because either way, this number is off. Do you understand? Like, if it's for the stand-up, add a couple more zeros is what I'm saying. If it's for the sex, take away a bunch of the digits. So basically what I'm saying is I don't know if I was an escort or I'm devaluing my art. I guess you guys didn't enjoy that as much as I thought you would. But like I told you, don't judge me. I'm a work in progress. Yeah, I thank you. I went to one last thing. I told you guys I'm an immigrant, and part of being an immigrant, I feel like because of the show, the way it has turned out, I should talk about my dad as well. Because even though my dad's not quite the lunatic that Gary Scott is, he is a very interesting man. Because my dad was a police officer for the first half of my life, and then he retired. Because frankly speaking, he wasn't a very good police officer, but he was a very, I guess he somehow fooled the police department in Uganda long enough that he rose through the ranks. And this is a true story, and I'll tell you why my dad is not a very good police officer. When I was about 7 years old, he came back from a trip. We were sitting at dinner, and one of my sisters goes, "Hey, how was the trip?" And my dad goes, "It was crazy. I was staying in this motel." Hey, it was a 2-level motel. Like, you know the kind of thing where you park the car down and there's like 2 levels, so he was staying upstairs. My dad's sleeping, it's 2 a.m, and he hears some weird noises coming from the parking lot, and he looks down, and someone is trying to take the wheel caps, or the whatever they call them, off the tires of his car. My dad is a police officer, he's an armed police officer. And most of you are thinking, what would you do? Maybe he'd put some clothes on, run downstairs and be like, "Hey, that's an official police vehicle, you're under arrest," or "Stop that," or whatever. No, my dad went the other way, where he walked back to his nightstand in his underwear, picked up his gun, walked back to the window, opened it, and fired a couple of warning shots around the guy stealing wheel caps. Now, this is how I know that this is not the way to go, because I was 7 years old, and even then I was like, maybe you shouldn't be telling this story. You shouldn't. And then I looked at my mom's face, and it was confirmed. It was confirmed that he should not be telling this story, because my mom's face was eyes wide, jaw dropping. What the fuck are you telling the kids right now? And I'm like, this is the coolest dad ever. And my dad's so proud of this. And then he looks at my mom and sees the same face that I saw and realizes, oh yes, I'm a parent. And this is what he decided to say to bail himself out of this situation. He goes, "Oh no, don't worry. I never hit him. I was just trying to scare him off." And we were all in unison. We're like, that is not the issue at hand. Like, I don't know. Like, no one was questioning you about your aim, you fucking lunatic. So I guess my dad and Gary Scott could hang out sometime. You guys have been wonderful. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Arthur Simeon, everyone. Arthur Simeon and his dad, Shaft. The dad, mother, shut your mouth. You guys ready for the final act tonight? Oh, final act. Are you? Are you ready? Are you ready? Well, we're not doing it until I know you're elderly, so maybe it's well past your bedtime. You had dinner 9 hours ago. I know that, but we got one more. She's amazing. She's performed at the Women in Comedy Boston Festival, JFL 42, does shows all over the country and the city. And you can see her next Thursday. She's hosting a brand new show here in the alley, Ladies' Night of Laughter, featuring some of the best female comedians and LGBTQ-friendly comics. Give it up for Zabrina Douglas, everyone. Zabrina Douglas. Come on down.
What is that music? Hi, everybody! Hey, you guys, what's going on? I like your shirts. You're matching. Oh my God! I just looked at the front. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, it's a party. Oh, you are? Oh, you guys are so cute. Stop. Sorry, I work in the nursing home. I'm not saying you're that age or anything, but I love old people. They make me so happy. Sorry. Oh my God. Not saying. Oh my God. I think that's so rude. Yeah, I'm not saying you're old. I'm old. You know, like we're all old. We're aging. That's how it works. It's not a Benjamin Button kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? It's cool though. I'm a nurse. Yeah. Don't applaud that. I don't like it when people are like, "Oh, you're a hero. You're a hero." Then they're like, free coffee. Then they're like, only one a day. Because I always come back. I'm like, how much can I get? How much can I get? If I'm a hero, I should be getting part of your company. If I'm really a hero, like, don't tell me one free coffee a day. I deserve more. It's all good though. I at the beginning of COVID though, I was not working. I was stuck in Jamaica with my parents. Yeah, my parents. Somebody went, whoa. Oh no, yeah. My parents, they're always giving me like the worst advice about my health, and most of it is based on like superstitious stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we were in the ocean. It's so peaceful. And I'm like, what pandemic? You know what I'm saying? And then my dad swims to me, and I'm like, oh no. He's like, you know how you'll get rid of the COVID? And I'm trying to swim away. Get away, Dad. You're going to say something weird. I can just feel it. He's like, you know how you get rid of the COVID? You take all of this salt water, you just breathe it in through your nose, and then make it run through your belly and come out. I'm like, what? Isn't that drowning, Dad? I'm pretty sure you're drowning right now. And I want you to drown because that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You know what I'm saying? I've been a nurse for like 15 years, or like 19, but whatever. Who's counting? And it's crazy because I got kids, and it's hard because it's like being in a caring profession is the worst. Like you have to care 24/7. I didn't think it through. I probably should have had kids, or I shouldn't have became a nurse. Like both is too much. Like I'm at work, old people are like, water, juice, Tylenol. And then I come home, the kids are like, water, juice, Tylenol. I shit my pants. I don't know. And I'm like, oh, you're 18. You know what I mean? They're just all so annoying. Like everybody. And then this happened to me. I felt so bad because when you're in a caring profession, the problem is you become desensitized to your family. Like, I feel bad, but not really. You know what I mean? Like, I came home one day after a night shift, and you know how it is. After work, you don't want nobody to bother you. You just want to chill. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming in, and then my husband comes to me, and he's like clutching his chest. He's like, oh my God, I think I'm having a heart attack. We got to go back to the hospital. And I was like, oh my God, I just came from there. I don't want to go back. I'm not even get paid for this shit. Plus, I hate all those nurses. They're going to make fun of me. No, not that. You don't go back to the hospital that you work at. You never do that. And like, you think I'm heartless with the paramedics who are like, oh my God, you got to go back to work. You just came from there. That's the worst. I'm like, I know. Then we got to the hospital, and the nurse was like, what are you doing? Like, we're getting paid. What are you getting? I'm like, nothing. They're like, what are you doing here? I'm like, my husband, he thinks he's having a heart attack. He thinks he's dying. Like, so mean. Then they're like, where's your husband? And me and the paramedics looked at each other. We're like, oh my God, we left him at home. And we're like dancing and stuff. It was amazing. You guys are like, this was not cool. That's cool. You guys are super adorable. That's wearing a matching shirt. Where's the flags? The Viking flags. Do you have any of that? No.
We're working on it.
Oh yeah, okay. You guys are like, what the hell's going on? That's cool.
Large flags.
So you're gonna wave them at every comedian. Hi. So fun. It's so funny though. I worked in a nursing home for so many years, guys. High five. And then one thing I learned about working in the nursing home is that testicle skin just stretches down so far. I learned so much about that. It's so interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like many times I changed an old dude's diaper and I thought it was shit. I'm like, oh my God, is this yours? Is this yours? Let me put that back. Sometimes you gotta I have to give them advice. I'm like, wrap it around your leg and tie it with a knot, and this will prevent this kind of pain. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you sit and old dude on the toilet and the balls go right into the hole. I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. Too much. Is that too close to home for you guys? I'm sorry. You're like, no, that was too much. Are you guys like couples and you just came out? What's going on here? Oh. One of those jokes. Get them all the time. No, you guys like doing what are you guys doing tonight? Just hanging out? You probably got this question asked already, but I'm just like,
Oh, we had dinner and then we came to the alley.
you came to the alley. Yeah. I like it. I like how you answered that. All right. So you're just celebrating a night out on a Friday night? Nice. I love it. It's been a year and a half. I know. So everybody just wants to be outside. There's so many people on the patio. We just drove by so much white people dancing in the street. It was crazy. I'm like, yo, you guys are brave. This is fun. I got kids. Yeah. You're like, yeah. You're like, so we got grandchildren, right? You guys got grandchildren for sure. No? Yes, what is this? No? You guys don't have grandchildren? You're so smart. That's why you guys look amazing. Like, no children. No children? Yeah, okay. Just no grandchildren. You're like, this stops here. That's what you're like, leave me alone. That's cool. Yo, I got kids. I love raising kids, but you got to be careful what you say to them and how you say stuff to them. You can really make them like freaked out or mess them up, what have you, like I remember my son, he was 6 years old. That's the best age for me because that's when they start losing their teeth and it's so adorable. They have no clue what's going on. You can mess with them a little bit. I remember my son pulled out his first tooth all confused. He was just like, oh my God. And I feel like as a mother, you're supposed to tell him what's going on right away, but forget that. I'm like, you're falling apart. He's like, no. I'm like, your arms are next. Don't pick up your toys. Don't pick up your toys. So cute when they're scared, But like, I told him about the tooth fairy, and I should have been careful how I explained it. But I'm like, put you to the pillow. Tooth fairy's gonna come and give you money. He's like, oh my God, how's she gonna get to the house? Like already starting. I'm like, I don't know. She's gonna climb through your window. He's like, what does she look like? I'm like, an old white lady with wings. Because I remember that from somewhere. I thought that was cute, but I freaked him out. He's like, I don't want no white lady in my room. I'm gonna swallow a tea so the old white lady will come. I'm like, oh, that's how they make racist people. So I just ended up using it as a disciplining method. I'm like, you better clean your room or the old white lady's gonna come again. He's like, where is she? I'm like, she's at the nursing home. Let's go there for a ride. That's fun. My daughter, when she was a little, asked me what a period was. Oh my God, I thought it was too soon for that. So I just told her a story. She doesn't need all the details yet. It's too soon. So I was like, as the days go on, your body fills up with so much stuff. And then at the end of the month, everything comes out. I was like, okay, that's it. Let's get out of here. And then I didn't project the question she was gonna ask. She's like, what comes out, mommy? I'm like, oh no, what comes out? Oh. But I still lied. I'm like, butterflies and fairies. She's all happy. I'm like, yay. But yay. But I'm all scared to be like caught in a lie, because that's the worst thing when you lie to your kids and they look at you with their innocent eyes. Like I could just see her one day in the bathroom. I thought you told me there were butterflies and fairies. I'd have to be like, you killed them all. What did you do? You don't like my period anymore? My dad hates all my period jokes. He hated my period. He was mean. He's a Jamaican man. You can't talk about your period to a Jamaican man. He's like, tell your mother. I'm like, Dad, I need pads. He's like, tell your mother. Tell your mother. I can't. Should meet my dad. You like him. He does comedy now. It's weird. It's fun. Hey, bud, what's up? You're like, please, let's just finish this. I need to go home. Me and the wife are gonna get it on. Hey, I seen those old people. So I'm not calling you old, but I did sex and psychology in school or whatever. What is it? I don't know, some class in Windsor. They showed us a video of people over the age of 80 getting it on. And we're just like, oh! no, but it's like a psychology. It's like, that's fine, whatever. Anyways, I don't know why I'm telling you this. I feel so bad, You guys are old. Don't believe the hype. You are what you feel. If you think you're in your 20s, you are in your 20s. I'm here for you. Yeah, okay? I love your white hair. I want white hair. I totally want white hair. I do. It's weird. I know. I wasn't thinking when I got this color. Oh, thank you. You guys are so adorable. I'm sorry. I think old white people are so cute. Like I just want to squish them. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in the nursing home, it's just like, they're like, they got the creaky arthritis thing that makes everything hurt. I feel bad. Sorry. This is getting weird, isn't it? This is getting so weird. What did you guys eat for dinner?
Actually, he's only 35.
You shouldn't say that because now you look bad. You should choose an older age, like 104. I'd be like, you look amazing. You know what I mean? I'm 104.
You look amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys think I'm weird. I already know. You guys are adorable. You're distracting me. This is the cute. You guys are the cutest people ever. I love you. I want to go back to work so I can hang out with more old people.
Can we go home with you?
Oh my God, yes! What? You guys. Oh, I used to love working in the nursing home. They used to have weed rooms. Can you imagine? People were smoking weed and you tell jokes and you get so high. I used to go work a night shift in the nursing home. Don't tell anybody. But I'm like, do you really need to be alert in the nursing home? Everything's so slow. And I used to go to the nursing home contact high, pure contact high. And then I remember this old lady, she noticed, she's like, oh my God, you're so nice to us, listening to our story. What's going on? And I'm like, the wrinkles are moving along with your face. It looked amazing. It just made you ultra sensitive. One day, though, I took care of a guy on medical marijuana. Yeah, he had a whole box of weed. It was amazing. I had to roll him spliffs all night. You know spliffs. What do you call them? Reefers. You call them reefers? Sorry. I'm sorry. Is that what you call them? You can say spliff? Yo, can you say that again? That's amazing. Yo, this guy's so cool. He's like, what, spliff? I'll take a spliff. I'll take a spliff. And a day a spliff. What was that? A shot to the... Are we speaking about the same thing? Or like a spliff to the head. And like, that's some white person term of like having a headache. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not saying like, oh my God, I'm not being racist either. Sorry. You're cool. Yo, this guy had a whole box of weed. I had to roll him his blunts. I had to roll him weed all night. It was so amazing. Like big ones. I'm like, do you want a bigger one blowing in my face? You know what I'm saying? But like, it's a nursing home. But like all the nurses I work with are all those like anal, perfect white nurses. You know what I'm saying? And they always circle around the weed in the morning shift. And I'm like, how do you administer this medication? And I'm the only black person there. I'm like, oh no, they're looking at me. This shit looks racist. But then I'm like, oh, I'm going to show them how to roll a split. What? This is amazing. And I'm like, I don't normally know how to do this. I Google. That's how it works. It normally works with Bob Marley music. It normally. This guy looks like he's like, you know what? I had enough. I just want to go home. I want to take a nap. Take some Tylenol and forget what just happened. There's a big black lady on stage. I'm scared. I need to have a bowel movement. You know what I mean? Like, I know the culture at this age, okay? I've been working with a lot of people older than me for a long time. I know the bowel movement thing is a thing that older people like to think about. Am I right? Are you regular? It's been 3 days. Are you on Metamucil? You guys love that shit. You're like, don't let these young people see what I want to go do when I go home tonight. Like, I'm gonna go home tonight to have a bowel movement, right? I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anybody. I am not responsible for the set. Lars invited me last minute, and I just forgot what I was actually gonna say. Thank you.
One more time for Zabrina Douglas, everyone. And you also saw Pat Thornton, Monty Scott, Arthur Simeon. Man, I don't know what was more funny there. Trying to watch Zabrina figure out who these people are, or the fact that my dad never told her that he's my dad. That's my dad, Zabrina. And you're like, who are these old white people? And never in my life did I just see a black lady apologize to white people for almost being racist? You never ever need to do that to white people again. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. We're here every Friday and Saturday. This coming Thursday, you can see Zabrina Douglas and the Ladies' Night of Laughter back here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to Fred, Lois, Nancy, and Roy for wearing your contractually obligated T-shirts to the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night, everybody.
Just a giant has a way. Yeah, it's the theme of the night.
I didn't know
Yeah,